What's up, everybody? This is Brian. I'm here with Israel, Vince, Terry, and Raymond again, the Beer Aliens. If you guys didn't check out our last video, go check it out. We explain all about what Beer Alien is.
We're not telling you again.
Yeah.
We're not doing it again.
Today we're just going to do like a quick, you're going to watch us drink.
Watch us drink beers.
We're going to talk about the beers. If that's not your thing, I don't blame you.
Yeah. This is what your life's gone to. Watching dudes drink beer and talk about metal.
Yes.
So Raymond busted out some special beers from his cellar.
I did.
And this is a Woot Stout from Stone from 2017.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how this is. If you're not familiar with Woot Stout, I won't go into the backstory about the whole thing, but it's a stout made with pecans and
Depending on the year,
Yes,
the
correct.
ingredients changed.
pecans, wheat and rye.
Yep.
1 quarter aged. I don't know what that. 1 quarter aged in bourbon barrels. Oh, so a quarter of it was aged in bourbon
And
barrels.
So it's kind of
blended.
blended together.
And then
blended
blended,
it.
yeah. And it's a big beer.
What year was that one?
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
And the infamous Will Wheaton was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 13. No, is that 13 or 19?
I think it's
13,
13.
yeah.
Yeah.
50%. High gravity.
So we'll pour ourselves a little
A little taste
little
there.
dram,
Yeah.
as the Scots would
Little
say.
wee bit.
Yeah.
Well, drams are bigger in Scotland. Telling you that right now.
And you guys have had the Wood Stout before?
We have
Yeah, every year.
All right.
Yeah, I don't remember if I had this particular one.
I just recently finished my first year food stout.
Very toasty.
Pre-pecan.
Mm.
Aisha added the pecan.
That's it.
Yeah. Aisha Taylor.
That was her contribution.
Pretty dry on the nose.
Very nice.
Kind of powdery.
Yeah.
Not too much head, huh?
No.
Not in the stout,
Dissipate
no.
really quick.
But it's not dry. I mean, it's not flat.
No. It's very good.
No, and you don't want too much head on your stout, otherwise it's infected.
It's not
Infected.
not super sweet either.
No.
It's got that barrel. It's a barrel aged.
Yes.
So that's- you
Well,
can
1
tell-
quarter of the batch was barrel aged, and then blended with the other three quarters of the batch. That were
Mm.
just the regular beer. So you get a little bit of that, but not the overly done too much bourbon. A lot of people
Okay.
don't like the bite that bourbon adds, and it already has rye, so that would be a double.
Yeah, the rye gets the.
Oh, that is a big beer.
Mhm.
Oh,
So what's the highest ABV beer that you guys have had?
I think the 12% is where I
can
kind of
go
draw
way
the
past that.
line. Yeah.
Beelzebub.
So I had Brewdog's Tactical Nuclear Penguin.
That's
Yeah,
like
I've had that,
48% or something. Well, how much is that?
It's 32.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
How
the
does
only
that
way to
even
get
happen?
the only way to get that high is you have to ice the beer. So you freeze the beer.
Oh.
and
Like
then-
Natty Ice?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
supposedly what
yeah.
they do,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is what they do. But
Like
so-
an ice block. They freeze it and pull out the ice, and
Yeah.
what's left is a higher concentration.
right, and then you add more water to replace the ice,
Mhm.
and then you refreeze it again, and and each time you do that, the ABV goes up.
Oh.
Now, Brewdog, who makes Tactical Nuclear Penguin, being Brewdog, had to go overboard. They didn't put it in a freezer. They put it in barrels. They attached it to giant chains, and they dropped it off a boat in the North Sea to the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
And it froze there because the North Sea is freezing cold.
They brew in the bottom of the ocean.
And so then they would haul them back up, scrape all the ice off, transfer it to another barrel, add more water, pitch some more yeast back into the water, and they just kept doing that. Now, there's a German company who has made them and Brewdog keep fighting back and forth. I think the last one that was made was like 46%,
Like, it was so ridiculous. It was super ridiculous.
but it's also basically like drinking soy sauce.
Ugh.
So it's that thick consistency.
Right.
Um,
And I've had beers like that before that are
Yeah.
very
Syrupy.
thick, very
Too
syrupy.
thick, it's
Santa
not
Claus
a-
Brown was the one. That,
it's not a
Yeah.
drink anymore. It's not pleasant,
It's usually oxidized if it tastes like soy sauce.
Yeah.
but it's cool.
That whole story about going to the bottom of the sea and shit like that
Mhm.
should be a Running Wild song. I think.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
good.
they
It
are,
was brought up by narwhals.
Yeah.
Narwhals.
yeah. I mean, they are running out of lyrics, so they need something to work with.
So,
Narwhals
how
chained
would
to
you
the
guys
barrel.
compare this one to other stone stouts?
It's drier than I remember.
Much drier.
The drier
Yeah.
like finish.
I
It's
think
not
you're
like
right.
Yeah.
it's not syrupy and thick.
Right. And I think that's what they went for. They didn't want to do. That's why they only did the quarter barrel aging. So just enough to give it a little bit of wood flavor. But
Yeah, it's good.
the recipe has changed a lot since the first one. Like I said, the very first one didn't even have pecans. They do.
And it's 5 years old, so it's held up pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was hoping that.
Stouts usually do, as long as they're kept, away from warming up and cooling down.
Do you normally keep these in a cellar like type of thing?
I do
or-
have a shelf that I have them. It keeps them kind of warm. I mean, dark.
It's the opposite of
Okay.
warm.
Opposite of warm.
out of the sun and
It's
Yeah.
too much. It's already
Yeah.
a good tip.
The big
You
thing
need some more.
the big thing you don't want to do with beer is put it in the fridge until
Yeah.
it gets really cold. Take it out, let it warm back up to room temperature. Don't drink it. You're like, oh, put it back in the fridge. Now, its constant temperature changes will chemically affect the beer. Some beers, they totally survive that and they don't care. Others, you'll notice the difference.
especially beer types like this, something like a stout.
Yeah,
or-
most stouts can put up with all that abuse and they're fine.
I have stouts there. They're aging 10 years.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I've had some that were 20. And
So,
the little bit of carbonation the stout has, that's gone.
Yeah.
You will end up with like certain flavors don't age. So like cherry, no, that's not a good idea to age that. Don't age those. Coffee, no. Coffee stouts that have actual coffee
It's
in them,
bitter.
well, they become green peppers.
Oh.
It's the same chemical, so that chemical breaks down, and then you end up with just the green pepper part.
Yeah, I don't want like green pepper beer.
And
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
wants to
no,
drink
no
green pepper
one
beer.
wants to drink green
It's
pepper.
a bell pepper, like
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah, but just
Yeah.
the green one. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the most,
Wow.
So,
the
so
most bitter.
how do you guys grade your beers?
So it depends on what I'm doing. So if it's a beer review for publication, then I have to there's basically 4 things you're supposed to look at. There's what it looks like, its mouthfeel, which is how it feels when you're drinking it, whether or not it, and then the smell and then the taste. And then you're supposed to do those in order. I try not to be like the wine snob that spends 10 minutes sniffing his wine
Yeah.
and then deciding if it's okay to drink. It's funny when you watch wine connoisseurs, they're not drinking the wine. They're tasting and spitting it out.
Yeah.
And it's because they need to taste 50 wines. If they swallowed that, they'd be drunk. And even if they can handle the alcohol, they're not going to handle the palate. They're not going to be in the right frame of mind
Yeah.
to properly taste anymore. I do not spit the beer back out. So
Do not spit
I
the
only
beer back
do
out.
so many at a time, and then we're done.
So
Yeah.
you don't spit, you swallow.
Exactly. 100%.
Different between love and
Yeah.
hate.
And that's
You
why
heard it here first.
And that's why I get more free beer.
So
Should trick
should
them.
we grade these beers as we go along?
I think we should.
We can totally do that.
think
Yeah.
I-
Well,
I think
how
that's
does
pretty
the
good.
alien beer alien?
How about we just give it a 1 through 5
So-
overall?
That's what I mean.
Typically, yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, if we're not really going, it depends. So some of our readers really want all 4 of those scores, and then they want an average. I think that's a terrible idea because an average is the part I don't like. I don't mind doing the 4
You don't know
different
what
scores.
the average is for.
Well,
Mm.
it might smell terrible.
Yeah.
I've had beers that smell like
Hey.
foot cheese, basically,
Yeah.
or
Throw up.
cat piss.
Delicious.
But the
Yeah.
flavor
It's good.
is amazing.
That's how I know they're having
And,
good sour.
Or it'll
It smells like cat
It's-
crazy,
it tastes like
crazy
throw up.
good sour.
This is gonna be good.
They're going to have the same chemical that's in vomit.
Yeah.
So the aroma is terrible. So on a 1 to 5, that aroma is going to be like a 0.
It's like the Parmesan chemical.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then if you factor that 0 into the full average of the whole beer, now the beer is at best a 2.5 out of 5.
All right.
The
What do you
sour-
guys think of that last one? Before we move on to this one.
I would give this a 4 out of 5.
That was pretty good. Actually held pretty well in the aging process.
Well,
I give it like a 4 as well.
I'll give it a 4.5
Yeah.
because I think it's less syrupy. I don't really like when a stout is like syrupy.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
The
okay.
So
smooth body,
I think it's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I think for the type of beer, I would also go with a 4.
Very smooth for a 12.
I would go maybe
12% for
it
sure.
was good. Maybe a 3.5. I would say.
Now, this is a
Okay.
barrel aged.
Harsh critic.
All
here.
So
right.
you are pickier.
Okay, this is McKellar's Beer Geek Brunch Barrel Series.
Like their breakfast beer, I think.
Yeah, 10.9%. So a lot lighter than the last one.
It's just a baby beer.
So it says Imperial
It's a breakfast
Oatmeal
beer.
Stout, brewed with coffee and aged in bourbon whiskey barrels.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know
alright.
what year that is, but
Let's
I
find out
want to
if
say it's like
let's find out if it's
2018,
turned into
ideally.
green peppers.
2018. So
Oh, it's got some age on it too? Okay.
Yeah.
You go, Tara.
Thank you, thank you.
No, barrel aged are not my
Okay.
favorite.
I'm not smelling
So
green
I like
peppers.
stouts. Do we? Everyone here likes stouts too?
I like
Yeah.
stouts. It's weird because for me, I usually crave stouts wintertime.
Winter time,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
It seems like the perfect time for it.
Growing up in Europe, I've noticed that non-Europeans tend to drink beer when they're thirsty. So the thickness of a stout and hot, it's not a
No, it
thing.
doesn't make so good.
No.
And I've never understood that because I want to drink a beer that I like the flavor of, and if I'm thirsty, there's water and soda and other
Or
things.
lagers.
I can't drink like a beer like this, like on a heat wave in
Oh, no,
July.
it
Hell
can-
No.
Can't do
I
it.
live in Las Vegas. It can be
I'm
112
gonna choke
outside.
on this beer,
I'm
dude.
drinking this. But I'm not outside
No,
drinking
desert.
this because I'm thirsty. I'm outside drinking this because I'm already hydrated
Mm,
and I like this beer.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
that's the difference.
I don't think I've ever hydrated.
Okay.
well
So
yeah,
this has
This
more
has
of a-
more bourbon on the nose.
Yeah.
definitely one more bourbon.
very a little more viscous.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Thicker.
thicker.
Yeah. She said.
Oatmeal. Does it have oatmeal in it?
Definitely has oatmeal.
Definitely oatmeal.
That's what gives it kind of the powdery mouthfeel.
Yeah, that makes it thicker too.
Good
yeah.
taste too.
That
Well,
was
The
good.
oatmeal
Yeah,
also
that's a good-
has
that's
a
a
nice
good
flavor.
And what percentage was this again?
This like
It's
Ooh,
almost
11
sessionable. It's only
something?
10.9.
10.9,
Okay. Wow.
So we have a joke that 10% or
10.9.
less is sessionable. You can have as many of those as you want. You're fine.
yeah. I've tested that. It didn't
You're
work out.
American.
It didn't work out
Does
too
not
well.
work at all.
Never does.
But it
Never
sounds
does.
good in theory.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
this is like.
I've been a witness to that a few
So,
times.
I'm
Yeah.
So
I've known you forever,
hmm
and I know you don't like barrel aged.
Yeah.
Is it bourbon barrel aged?
Any-
barrel aged?
Is it-
Any-
is it the
could
wood
be-
in it?
Is it the
yeah,
wood?
I just
Because
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
you drink
It's
a
hard.
whiskey.
Yeah, and I like separate. Like I like tequila. I like whiskey. I
Yeah.
like bourbon.
So it must be
whatever.
the wood.
It's got to be something in
Okay,
the
okay.
chemical or whatever process that it is.
Are you a vanilla fan?
I am. I do like vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
But for some reason, the barrel aged beers for me, it's just doesn't
Takes
attract
over.
me. Yeah. I like to enjoy it, and this feels like I'm sipping on a
So we need to
on a
get.
whiskey for.
So we're gonna
example,
have to
and
get
I
some
like it.
Innocent Gun beer. So Innocent Gun is another brewery in Scotland, and every single beer they released is aged in an oak cask for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on the style of beer. Obviously, you can't age an IPA for very long, but everything they do is aged for a little bit on wood, including their IPAs and their pale ales and all their other beers. That'd be really interesting to see if the wood is truly the
Yeah.
thing on something that's not been aging very long, but still has that wood characteristic.
Yeah.
Buy some oak chips and throw them into one of the beers
Yeah.
that you make.
There you
It's-
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do
into,
have
into a
some.
mason
Yeah.
jar.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
leave it for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be
Ray doesn't like
I'm gonna
wood.
try that because I do have some. oak
Ray's
chips
not a
right
fan
now.
of wood.
Ray doesn't like wood.
You heard it here first.
Breaking news.
His comment's better than
Breaking
mine,
news.
apparently.
But whiskey, tequila, barrel aged, he just seems
Okay.
to be. And it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I just don't go for it.
Right.
It's not something
your
that I will-
preferred
Yeah,
taste.
exactly. Yeah.
Now,
Okay,
Are,
okay.
are you a rum guy? You're Puerto Rican.
I am Puerto Rican. Yes.
So you would be more susceptible to the rum if you are. I mean, you
I
grew up in
agree.
Puerto Rico,
So
of
like
course.
maybe if the beer was baked
So
in
a
a rum
rum-
barrel,
a
may-
rum barrel.
potentially could be. You
Okay,
never know.
we'll
Yeah.
have to-
We
so-
have to see
Stay tuned for a further episode where
There
we
you
explore
go.
this.
Yeah.
the rum diaries.
rum
We
barrel.
have we tried
aged
like
beer.
this like Balvenie?
We're
that's
gonna kill
aged
Ray
in
with. We're gonna
the
kill Ray
scotch
with
that's
barrel
aged in rum
beers.
barrels.
I have not.
I bet you might like that. The
Yeah.
Caribbean cask.
No,
Okay.
yeah,
I
let's-
might
let's-
have to
let's-
try
let's
it.
work on this.
Like I said, I stay away from it, so I know that it. I probably miss out in a lot of good beer just because I
Don't
do
drink
stay
beer you don't
away
like.
from it. Yeah,
No, that's the thing.
but,
Don't drink it if you don't like it.
yeah.
Well, maybe after tonight you'll drink so much
This
that
one is
you're
pretty
back
good.
into
I'm
it.
not lying. This one's pretty good.
We'll just
It
get
is
you.
good.
We'll just
Yeah,
get
this
you
is
drunk,
real
and
good.
then we'll just feed you whatever.
Don't worry.
So, what's the difference between the brunch and the regular breakfast stout? You guys know?
No.
That I do not know.
I don't know either.
Oh, the brunch.
I
Yeah,
think
that's what
that's
is
what
like
the
a
coffee
barrel
is, right?
aged.
The brunch has the coffee. That's it.
Ah,
Mm.
Oh, so does the regular Beer Geek. That's coffee.
What is it,
too.
Beer Geek
Well,
breakfast?
yeah.
Less coffee.
It's
But there's a million
Imperial
beer geeks.
oatmeal stout with
Yeah, they have-
coffee. Maybe because it's aged.
That's
and
what I'm
bourbon
thinking. I
whiskey.
think
Yeah.
it's because it's barrel
Maybe
aged.
just because it's aged.
Yeah.
The brunch versus the breakfast? you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
maybe
there's
that's it.
There's a
Because
ton of
it's
those.
Yeah.
the same. I think this is the same. But I
This
think
is-
this one
I'll
is
take out.
We shall
barrel aged.
consult.
Oh,
Salt
shit.
to Google.
Tap-
Yeah.
Tap out.
The question has been presented. None of us can answer it. Let's find out.
Oh, shit.
Well, while he's doing that, let's give
Well,
you.
I've had the Beer Geek.
let's give you a
It's a
grade.
pretty
My
good
grade on
meal,
this?
So
what's the score? 1 to 5?
Yeah.
1 to 5.
Yeah, 1 to 5. Just
4.5 for me. I actually enjoying this one a lot.
Do 4.5, almost 5 for me on this
Mhm.
one,
This is
too.
very drinkable.
I like the last one a lot, but this one, like, just slightly better.
Slightly better.
It's more
it's
chocolatey
just the
or
mouth
something.
feel and like the palate.
I would agree.
of it
This
or
is
Yeah.
better.
Even
This
though
is
it's a little
definitely
more viscousy, it's not hard to drink.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
left
very
with this,
drinkable.
I'm not left with a sweet,
Right.
like mouth and
Right.
Very good.
Yeah.
B.
I would say a 4 myself.
Yeah.
10.9. I think it's not as strong as the other one, right?
Correct. Yeah, the other one was I think 12, 13.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, so I'm going to give away my untapped using. I'm 4.2 on this one.
There you go.
4.2,
Wow, that's
damn.
very specific.
That's pretty high. You're getting like
Mm.
more than half. So you're going. To
I'd pair this
tens.
with some Therion or some Hollanton.
Oh, okay.
Those of you who give a shit.
No, absolutely. Evergrey.
There you go. Some Evergrey.
I was
Something really
thinking,
depressing and.
Yeah.
some dark throne.
That works
Ooh,
too.
there you go.
Einherder.
Mm.
Do you know we're actually?
I
Now
like
it's
it.
working.
I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're doing. We're
It's
gonna,
starting to kick in.
we're gonna have to
too.
do this every couple months.
Yeah.
What's
Beer and metal pairings.
What's a song that is you're playing over and over again?
That I'm playing over and over
Yeah.
again. I've been listening to a lot of this band from Costa Rica called Chemicide.
Chemicide, okay.
Yeah, thrash metal band.
Yeah.
Very fresh sounding. They have a really good take on the German thrash from the 80s, but it's a fairly new band from maybe like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Young dudes, and they're fucking good.
They're killing
They
it.
take like a sample of the 80s thrash from Germany
Mm.
with some of the new wave of thrash from the US, and they just
Right,
make it
right.
their own. They're really
Nice,
good.
nice.
Good production and really, really good band.
Awesome.
Chemicide from Costa Rica
Chemicide, I
band.
need to check
Yeah.
that out.
Really good shit.
Put it on your list. You'll forget.
It's done. I'm gonna rewatch this and I'm gonna see it.
Because you're gonna forget right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the video so you can remember
What do we have
to
next?
listen to.
Should we try this other McKellar
We should
stout
this
next?
one right here. Yeah, can you
McKellar
get
to
into
McKellar.
that or?
Yeah, that one
I'm
should
gonna
work.
get-
For those of you who don't know, McKellar unfortunately is going out of business.
Ish.
Well, they're a Danish company. They're
From
not
San
going out of
Diego.
business.
Yeah.
They're going out of business in San Diego.
In San Diego,
unfortunately,
yeah,
so-
they're closing their shops here.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
still have the little Italy
So
location.
AleSmith's going to brew their beer, so we're still going to get their beer here in San Diego and their other existing markets. They're just shutting down their actual physical location here in
Yeah.
San Diego,
Which kind of takes them back
like
to
they
the,
did in New York. They shut
Yeah.
that one down as well.
Yeah.
in the San Francisco.
They go back to
one.
their pirate ways again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing
Yeah, so
brewery.
Back to
Really
gypsy
good
brewing
brewery.
instead of
Really good
physical brewing. Yes.
Always solid.
All right, this is a McKellar San Diego Castle Black Stout. It's Game of Thrones licensed thing because their logo's on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It says winter is here. Fear in an empty cup.
It's a barrel aged too. That one, right?
13.6.
Oh.
All right.
I don't see barrel.
We're going where no Raymond has gone
Oh.
before.
Maybe on the bottom of the.
You guys are making me.
I don't see any
They're
barrel.
your beers.
Maybe around
It's
the
your
label.
fault.
on my-
Nah,
Actually,
it
that's
doesn't say anything
that's
about
right.
a barrel. No, this one doesn't have a barrel as far as I can tell, Raymond.
Okay, well that is.
I think it is.
It's
This is a palate cleanser for you.
This is the Castle Black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna take a sample. Just to
Little-
see.
Aged in
little
bourbon
tiny
barrels.
sample.
It doesn't say anywhere on
It's
it.
it's,
Yeah.
it's barrel aged. I'm pretty sure it
It
says on
was.
there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that I?
You can
Oh,
find out where it
that's-
says
Yeah,
on
not
it.
as much as some
that
of the other
smells
ones.
Really good.
But yeah,
It
aged
is a
in
pretty good one. I
and
like it.
vanilla. Vanilla and bourbon barrels.
Definitely some vanilla in there. This 13%.
Oh, that's good.
Something like that.
I can
Some unimportant
I
number.
can smell the booze a little bit more than the other
Yeah.
ones,
Mhm.
but this is really. I've had this before, and this is really good.
Yeah,
Mm.
me too.
Show the camera, B.
Mm,
You see, that's a little less interesting.
yeah.
but
Feels
then
very-
again, easier to drink.
Yeah, I don't know about easier to drink. I'm not getting that.
I think,
I like it okay, but I get like after the other ones like a slight metallic.
yeah, it does. I do get a metallic taste.
Okay.
But granted, that one hasn't been aged.
No,
So that's the difference between that.
it's
This might be
it's
very
bright. It's
young.
like a brighter flavor.
We've
Yeah.
opened it too soon.
Yeah. You got to save one for like 10 years, and we'll do the same episode.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That
All
would be
old
good.
as shit.
Yeah, it says aged in bourbon barrels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
good.
do one of my 10-year-old barrel age. That I am aging. It is the Take the Black from Game of Thrones from what's that brewery that made the
Oh, the other one that got
Mag.
licensed.
It's actually the name. I
With
forget.
the 750 milliliter ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those I have one.
I forget the name of the brewery, but those are really cool.
Those are good, too.
Mag something. I can't
That's all they did, Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
Too, but I heard they were like the most terrible out of all the Johnny Walkers. Like probably as bad as the
remember.
red.
Yeah.
Definitely not the blue.
No.
I like this, but I the first two were a lot better. I think.
Yeah.
But still, this is very drinkable though.
That's
Super
what I'm saying.
drinkable.
I think this
Yeah.
one's
More mellow.
a more.
Yeah,
I can
more
pound
mellow.
this versus the other ones where I want to sip them.
I would like to see what it would feel like.
But I'm
after
still
aging
only.
over
I'm only
years.
giving this a 3.8.
I'll give it a 3 also.
3.5, I think.
4.
Yeah, I'd probably get
Yeah.
the same as a 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Same as the other one.
It's good though. It's very drinkable.
It's dangerously drinkable. I think.
Yeah.
A little bit
That's what
smoother,
I'm
like I
saying.
said,
Easier to
right?
drink. That's what I'm saying.
And it's stronger, surprisingly,
You can
right?
drink this
Yeah,
too
Oh, yeah.
fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
13%.
Yeah, you can drink this
yeah.
too fast and not notice.
Yeah,
And then end up on the floor somewhere.
somewhere.
In Raymond's house.
Boom. Welcome estate.
We have lots of.
There's couches everywhere.
Apparently, we're all crashing here.
It's the
Got,
extra
one more stout.
Yeah,
extra chair in the back.
Is
There.
this a stout?
yeah, that's a
One
stout.
more
It's
stout.
a maple cyrus Rex. I
And this
think.
is from
How old is that?
Pure Project.
Oh,
Pure
That is
Project.
2718.
Okay.
28?
All right,
Maple
curious.
syrup.
18. So that's aged for
So maple
5
syrup
years now.
Yeah.
doesn't always age well. So let's see how this went.
Yeah.
Maple Source
This one's
Rex.
out. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of convenient.
Maple. Yeah.
You just
If you'd like to
for
see
you.
more videos like these of us getting drunk, send your beers to
Metal
Metal Headquarters.
Insert address here.
14%. Jesus.
Jesus
that all?
Christ, this is getting worse.
That's it.
Or is it getting better?
It's getting better.
Better. Always
I agree.
better.
I agree.
I'm gonna need water soon.
Yes.
Unmade beer.
So, we gave a review on that one.
Game of Thrones beers, man, they're always good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh. Wait, that's
Did you get a,
that's
did you
no
weird pepper?
spicy.
A weird pepper like
Yeah,
flavor?
that's no spicy.
Yeah, yeah. I got it too, but on second smell I didn't get it. Yeah, I was like, did you get a pepper?
Yeah.
on
If,
yours?
if
That's,
you say this is like,
Imperial stout with maple syrup and vanilla.
Yeah.
this might
All
not
right, let me-
age
let me
well.
might be the
Well,
maple.
that's-
14%.
I don't know this age well.
Oh, is there jalapenos in there?
That's
I
what
Oh,
said
jalapeno-
this is a
Jalapeno maple pepper.
The maple does
Like a
not
pep-
always age well.
Like a pepper seed
Okay.
sauce. man.
Maple.
I smell pepper still.
Mhm.
Now you guys mentioned the non-alcoholic beers. There is a big trend kind of going
Absolutely,
with the
absolutely.
non-alcoholic beer thing.
And we're not doing a very good job at dry January.
We're not doing right
We
now.
are not.
Sorry.
Is it good? Is it bad?
There,
What do you think?
there are some breweries that do make
There
really
are some
good.
very good ones, and
Yeah.
there are some terrible
Yeah.
ones.
But do you think it's geared towards people that don't want to drink alcohol, or the people
That's a
that
big
just,
trend right now.
or
So
the people that just want something refreshing?
there's actually non-alcoholic bars opening right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're trying to recreate that bar feel, where you walk in and it's a bar and everybody's talking and people are trying to pick up and hit on everybody and all that kind of stuff. There's just no alcohol in the bar at all.
So you pretend like you got
Yeah.
liquid courage when you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
think
that's
it
the
could
thing.
be
You
like
have
a
to
whole
do it for
psychological
real.
thing,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
But it's in your head. But like they're trying to recreate that social aspect, but they know that to be fair, the millennials are less interested in alcohol
They are.
than we were.
I can tell you, for me, like
For
sometimes I'm craving the taste of beer rather than the alcohol part.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a good tasting
I
beer
would
with
love
alcohol will be pretty good.
If
Good
I could
alternative.
open
Yeah.
all of these beers and they tasted exactly the same as they do now with no alcohol.
Mm.
Because then I could have them all day, every
Yeah.
day, like a soda.
Like a Malta.
Yeah.
Show
Gotta sneak that one in there.
And that would be amazing.
It's
But,
close.
Just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
but there's various ways of doing non-alcoholic beer. And in my experience, the ones where you make a beer and then through enzymes pull the alcohol out, those are the worst.
Yeah.
Mm.
They make the most amount of sense economically. For
How
the
else are they
brewery.
going to do it, though?
So you can actually make beer like you do root beer. Root beer is made the exact same way beer
Just
is,
the yeast is different or something.
but you don't let the yeast create alcohol.
Yeah, good, yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
So
it's
it's just water.
faster.
So it does the CO2 only.
So then it's just wort. Then it's going to be
It's just
super
a wort.
sweet. Yeah.
It
It's
could
gonna be
be,
a wort.
but you have to change your entire grain bill.
The
It's
recipe.
a carbonated
accordingly.
wort.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking hops, probably.
Most breweries that are doing
Is it carbonated
non-alcoholic,
wort? Okay.
yeah,
Because
I mean,
wort is
It's
uncarbonated.
Yeah.
unfermented
Or
beer.
unfermented beer.
Yeah.
Right.
but it's really sweet because
It's usually
it's still got all the sugar.
It's
Yeah.
Because your yeast is supposed to turn all that into alcohol and CO2.
So you gotta find a way to kind of filter
So
out
you,
the sugar.
you drain
or-
down your sugar and
It's
leave
weird,
it work.
yeah.
So you're not going to have any stouts or unless they're Maltas.
Yeah, unless they're Malta.
Basically.
But a lot of non-alcoholic
Those of
beers-
you who don't know what Maltas is,
look
You
that
know.
up.
look
You
that
know.
up.
Yeah.
Malta Goya.
I'm too
Goya.
white to know what
Goya's
that
a
shit
good
is,
one.
dude.
Give that a
Yeah.
try. Delicious.
Oh yeah, you'll love it.
So if
You
you make
won't.
regular beer and then you process that through the enzyme, you'll end up with a non-alcoholic version of that beer and all the alcohol in another tank in alcoholic water, which is seltzer. So
Oh.
economically, the easiest way is make a giant 60-barrel batch of whatever, run it through 2 tanks with the processing. You'll end up with 1 tank of non-alcoholic version of that whatever beer you made, and another tank, half of the volume obviously, of alcoholic water.
Seltzer.
And then you flavor that, and then boom, you have seltzer. So from a financial perspective, that's the easiest and cheapest way to make both products.
So that's why the seltzers will probably be getting more popular.
Correct. And then if you make 2 batches, you can release the first batch as your beer, and then the second batch you break down into non-alcoholic and seltzer for the cost of 1 beer.
Yeah, I just brewed a seltzer. Actually, it's carbonated
Really?
right now. Yeah, and it's just basically water and sugar.
Yeah.
And
Really?
just-
You
that's
no barley or
No.
wheat or
None of
nothing?
that. I
It's like the
zested-
cleaner the better. It's basically
Yeah.
like the same idea as vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Really?
zested some lemons and I put some
Yeah,
zest
some
in
kind
the,
of flavoring, but at its base, it's
in the
just
mash, and
carbonated
then that's it.
alcoholic
What do you
water.
do with
Yeah.
it? Bathe in it? What?
I'd probably just
That would work.
baptize children and things like that.
All right, let's get to this beer. What do you
I
guys
love it.
think?
We
Um,
already did that.
it's
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We got a whole new one.
oh, you haven't tried this one.
You
probably.
filled yours all the way up. That's
Oh,
why
man,
you
this
haven't
is
gotten to it.
Yeah, I like
That
it.
one-
No more for you.
The smell is very interesting. Like I still smell smell peppers in it.
Yeah.
Like jalapeno.
So we got to give
Okay, okay.
we got to say that this is how many years old?
I think this is 2017.
So it's like 5 years old also.
Yeah. So the maple
Yeah, 5
probably
years old.
The
Maple
maple
syrup
syrup
red.
is
No, this
degraded.
is 6 years old.
6.
I
Yeah.
can't even fuck count anymore.
Yeah.
6 years old, yes.
Well, you can't use 2023 as a year because it's only a couple days old.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Well,
damn.
it don't
Oh,
matter.
damn.
Pardon me, sir.
I'm just saying, you don't get to add another year because 5 days have passed.
But what if it was January 2020, 2018?
It wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't. I
It
know
wasn't.
It wasn't.
Well, I gotta say the pepper on the nose. It's kind of turning me off.
It definitely
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Like
It's
it
like
tastes
jalapeno.
okay,
yeah,
but-
it's
Yeah.
like jalapeno on the nose.
yeah.
It's a little chemically smelling.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a good lesson for you. Don't age your maple beers.
Yeah, do not maple. And it's
Or
funny
cherry
because
or-
Pure Project is a really good brewery.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I
Absolutely.
mean, it's still drinkable.
But then again, the taste is really good.
the taste good.
The taste
it's
is
just,
good.
the
But this
aroma.
goes back to that.
Yeah.
Don't average the scores
yeah,
because an aroma can throw your entire average off. And you're
Mhm.
like, well, I'm never going
Yeah.
to drink that beer,
yeah.
but then you miss out on how cool the beer tastes just because the aroma's
We
bad.
got on time. All right, what do you guys think of this one?
That's a Maplesaurus Rex.
Yeah. On the nose, I thought it was a little off-putting. I think.
Yeah, the nose tells me that you kept this beer too long.
Yeah. Granted, he's barrel aged. Maybe shouldn't have been.
Flavor is okay, but
Flavor's
my
not
least
too
favorite
bad.
so far.
Yeah. I'll also give it. I'll give it a 3.
I'm gonna do this 3.5.
I'll give it a 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me go with 3. The
2 out of 5.
order
Yeah.
is
Okay.
a little off-putting, a little chemically smelling maybe.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe like a
Yeah, yeah,
jalapeno or.
Word to the wise: don't let your maple
Very
beers
peppery.
age.
So it doesn't smell like maple at all.
No,
it does
because
not.
the maple's,
Yeah, I
the
don't.
maple's
I didn't
broken
get any
down.
maple.
But
That's
the
because it's broken down.
yeah, but the taste is actually not bad. So
Yeah.
maybe
It's
a 3.
not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say a 3.5, maybe similar to the Woot Stout.
So yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
I think Wood sounds
I'll
better.
give you on the 3.5 on this one, but I thought the Woodstock was better. But
Yeah.
Slightly.
I'd have to try it again.
Yeah.
But kind of that's similar. Maybe it's a little bit older.
Yeah.
All right, baby, we got one more, right?
You'll see us
One
passed
more,
out
yeah.
on the floor shortly.
What we
So
got?
this one's
is
the
lambic.
McKellar X.
Ooh, lambic.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Ooh,
love
the
lambic.
goose.
It's
Oh,
McKellar and Boone.
Let me
Good
try
Lord.
this one.
some goose,
No, you guys
Some
know a
goose.
Boone from Belgium.
goose,
Goose, yeah.
The
goose.
goose.
Yeah, but the Boone Brewery from Belgium.
Oh yeah. Those guys are.
So it's a McKellar and Boone together.
I see why you wanted some water rinse or
Yeah.
something
Oh
styles.
yeah, you should
Yeah.
probably take a.
That's why I water.
Yeah,
Put a little bit of
those.
water and drink it. Yeah.
Want some?
Oh yeah. Smell funky.
So that one's age 2, actually.
8? Okay.
Well, most
Very funky.
gooses
Very
are.
funky. The hair lasts for
Okay.
a long time too. So
Well, they're also very carbonated.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Belgian style, yeah.
McKellar. and
Well, that's a
Boone.
beautiful color.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
There's chunkage in mine, but I don't know if that's from my last beer.
There's chunks.
That's the yeasty bits. It's fine.
I think they have 4 different variations from McKellar and Boone together. I think this is the last one they did.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
I'll rinse my glass with beer.
With beer.
Oh, the nose is good.
Yeah, he's really
Can't go wrong with beer.
very
It's like
funky.
kind of like lime.
Yeah, like I said, Boone is like a Belgium. They're known for their lambics, right?
Yeah. And McKellar tried to recreate that whole concept.
Mm.
Well, that's good.
Oh, that is good.
But yeah, there's definitely bits.
Some
Oh,
chunkage,
wow.
But usually is in a Belgian beer, and that's okay.
That's probably my favorite so far.
Yeah, I
It's
like
more your
sours.
style.
Yeah.
For sure. That's your style.
Woo.
Yeah,
It's
but
tart.
I bought a case because they were
Oh, yeah.
closing down. It's like $69 for a case.
Oh wow, that's
Not bad,
pretty
not
good.
bad.
That's pretty good.
I think it's
Yeah, it's,
usually like a 20-something a bottle.
I see the sediments, a lot of
Got
sediment.
little floaties
Yeah,
in there.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
Why not?
They're just
Probably
all-
from the barrel.
they are
Yeah.
part of the process. It's that's
Mm.
It's
these are-
probably bottle condition.
it's
Yeah,
bits and
definitely
pieces of
bottle
yeast.
Yeah, it is bottle conditioned.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah, that's a
unfiltered.
good one.
So that's leftover yeast. Totally
Ooh.
safe to drink.
What's the ABV on this?
Oh man,
Yep.
this is good.
Oh shit, beer foul.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You're cut off.
6.6.
6.6,
Of course.
okay,
Of course.
okay.
It's a metal beer.
Six.
Yeah, of course, 6.6.
6.66.
Yeah, some napkins.
That's
right
good.
there. That is
Wow.
really good. I like, you know, sours are my thing, and so.
It's definitely got that lambic kind of
Yeah.
citrusy.
Mm.
You feel it on your teeth, kind of the tannin.
A little.
Yeah.
A little. Yeah. It's not quite like Cascade sour that like
No.
melt the
for
enamel
sure.
off your
A
teeth.
little leathery or something.
But it's definitely delicious.
Yeah.
Really
It's a
good.
good. It's a good.
I give this a 4.
It's a good aged sour.
Yeah.
Now, you guys post recipes on your website.
Mhm.
Yes.
Brewing. Are you guys any good at it?
Raymond brews.
I homebrew thanks to Brian. Brian's my
I used to
brewmaster
brew-
test.
Yeah. Long time ago, and then I ended up living places where home brewing was not a good idea because I was not home enough to babysit it. But I've been helping brew beer even since I was little. So my family in Scotland would brew. We didn't have the equipment, so if you're gonna home brew with no equipment, you got to use malt extract. which means there's no boiling going on,
Yeah.
which means there's no leftover grist. So you've basically got water, malt extract, yeast, and then you have beer. So it's the cheap and not real way to make beer, but
But it's beer.
It's still beer.
The only thing about malt extract that I've learned, thanks to Brian, like I said, Brian taught me how to brew. But it's that you always get the same color of beer.
Correct.
Like I don't get like the
and you have
light and
way
the
less
darks,
control
yeah.
because the extract already did all the work for you.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem I didn't like about extract is like it gets all over the place and it sticks to everything.
It does.
Sticky, very
It's
sticky.
crazy.
It does.
sticky.
It
Yeah.
sticks to
It does.
everything.
Yeah, whole
But,
grain
you know,
is the way to go. for
Yeah.
sure.
Like I said, everybody in my family, that's how they made beer, so I got used
Yeah.
to doing that.
Well, I mean, it's fine, and
Mhm.
you can make great beer that way.
And
Great
it was
beer,
was more that's what kind of got me interested in was the fact that you're making something all by yourself.
Yeah.
Were my uncles and grandfather doing this legally? No idea. Don't care.
Totally.
It's like gray area.
It's a gray area,
Fucking
but,
that's it. What do you have
you know-
brewing right now, Ray?
Right now, I'm brewing it's a lager. We call Murica.
Ah,
Yeah, it's from. I have a system called Beer Maker, and I get their kits now.
Mhm.
Now that I know how to brew, it's so easy
yeah.
to just buy the
You did the hard work,
material.
and you're
yeah.
like, yeah.
Now it just clicks. It's like boom, boom,
You
boom.
know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And so right now I'm brewing like a lager.
Cool.
So that's fermenting. Right
Corn
now,
lager or no corn lager?
So. No what?
Corn?
Corn or no
Corn.
corn?
You corn flakes on there.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
I
there's
put some
corn?
corn
I was
flakes.
going to
yes.
say, otherwise it can't be called
Yes,
America,
yes. I actually
right?
took a picture to show you that it's corn
Yeah.
flakes in it.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Yeah, the
Corn-
corn should like kind of dry it out, but give it kind of like a bite.
Yeah, I
Correct.
put corn flakes and rice flakes in there too.
Okay,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Mhm.
That is true Merc.
Yeah.
So you guys want to rate this one?
I give this a 4. I think it's a style for me.
4-2.
For
4-2.
sure.
I'll give it a 4.5. I like it a lot.
There we go.
Really
I would
good.
say
So you're basically
4.5 too.
a 4.5. You love it. 4, it's good, and 3 because it's not so good. Have you ever rated a beer 5 out of 5? Has there ever been a beer that's perfect?
Not that I can think of.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I
No, agreed. There should
know,
never be one, but
it-
maybe there was.
if there was something that came close to it, it might have been like back in the day, like Alpine Nelson IPA.
Yeah,
That sounds
no,
good.
100%.
That's
Something
really
like
good,
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before
Do you guys
Green
have
Flash?
a perfect
Yeah,
beer
yeah.
Before
that
Green
cannot
Flash,
be
yeah.
improved?
Well, I think sometimes it has to do with the situation that you're in,
Okay.
and maybe
okay.
the where you're at, and then you drink the beer.
Versus your options?
So it's more about the memory.
And
more
that
about
too.
the memory
Okay,
than
okay.
the.
Where it's more of a memory, like you're listening to a band or something, and you're thinking,
Fair
man,
enough, fair enough.
you listen to this band, and it takes you back to a different place.
Some of us like Def Leppard more than we should.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
some sugar
And I
on
think
it.
we have some beers that we
Before
have
then.
a very very fondness of, where you think,
Okay,
man, this is the
okay.
best beer. I was here drinking it while I was doing this.
Because it's
and this
eliciting
is what I-
memories.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think there's some beers that
All
are
right.
near that perfection. But when it comes to straight, hey,
Right.
let's drink it, let's fucking taste it.
Sure.
I don't think you can just, there's
Pick
no
one
perfect
beer,
one
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
And this for me is a 4.2.
I've had a couple
for
beers
sure.
in my life that I thought, you know what? I don't think they can make this better. I don't know if it was because I didn't believe that brewery could make it better, or if anybody else could make it better.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But there have been a couple that I've rated 5, but they've been like rum barrel aged
Exceptional.
stouts. They've been
something special,
super
or something
complex,
like that.
weird one-offs. So I totally agree with that. I try to do like a scale on my Untappd ratings that makes sense to me, but I have to take into account that it's affecting the average of the brewery too. And I learned this the hard way because I hate pumpkin beers.
Yeah, I don't like them much either.
I don't care what you do to them. I'm not a fan. So I used to rate them accordingly, and then I realized that's not fair. That's like, if I don't like it,
Yeah, because that's not your thing.
Yeah,
I-
right,
then
right.
of course it's not
Doesn't
good.
mean they're bad.
Exactly.
Correct.
So I had to stop rating them and just leave them at
It'd
0.
be like
so they don't-
Raymond rating barrel-aged beers all
Exactly.
the time.
Yeah,
Well,
like
there's
yeah.
too much
it's
wood.
impossible. It's
Too much
almost
wood.
impossible.
Well, if you don't like black metal and you keep going to the reviews and rating the black metal
Yeah.
albums,
Exactly.
because
right.
you know you already hate them, so
Yeah,
it's
it's,
there's no point.
totally not a good idea.
Right.
So I had to learn that the hard way. I was called out on this. I was like, what are you doing rating this beer? You don't even like that kind of beer. So give it a 0 so it doesn't affect the average.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that. But for me, I have a rule on like at this rating, if I see it again and there's nothing new that sounds exciting, I'll buy that again. Below that, if there's nothing new that's exciting, find somewhere else to drink. You know, and
yeah, it depends on the situation.
to me, like my rating system,
what it is and what it's for.
yeah, it should be useful to tell me like, don't order this beer ever again. You didn't like it, or out of these 3 beers that you've had 17 times, this is the one you like the most. Order that one. And so I try to make sure that I do that. But
well, even the season, I think, depends a lot to me. And
I agree with you that most people think that, but I'm okay with, like, for example, I'm 100% okay with having an eggnog fucking latte in the middle of July. Nobody makes them because no one makes
You're
eggnog.
a sick bastard.
For me,
So I gotta make
no.
my own eggnog to have an eggnog in July, because otherwise, like, you can't buy it because it's not Christmas.
For me, the beer, it changes daily.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm craving
It's in the
something.
mood, right? It's in
Yeah,
your mood.
sometimes I'm craving
But
something.
again, that's where the connection to music comes in. It's
It doesn't matter about the season. It's a
no,
mood.
it's what I'm
whatever
craving
hour
at
of
that
the
time.
day
It's
it is
like
might
food.
change.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you might wake up and want to hear a black metal album, but
Mhm.
then like you do some hours of work and now you're in the mood for some thrash,
Mhm.
and then you're like, you know what, I need to calm down a little. So now I'm gonna listen to something melodic.
Yeah.
And you can't say that like, well, I like this one more than the other. It's just what am I in the mood for at the moment?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And I think the same thing applies to beer. And that's what like hate when people are like, "What's your favorite beer?" Like, ask me that 10 times today, and I'll give you 10 different
Yeah.
answers.
I can never
Right.
give you,
You know?
an extra
I can
answer.
tell you certain breweries make beers that I like, but I can't tell you that that's my favorite at the moment.
Sure.
Can't say what my favorite band is at the moment.
Yeah, I can never ask.
Yeah,
that.
that
I
also
I have a
changes
list of
lately.
bands that
That
I
also
love.
changes lately.
Yeah.
You know, I will strangle you to death if you don't like them, but that doesn't mean that that's what I'm in the mood to hear right now.
The answer is always baby metal.
Oh,
Never baby metal.
Always, baby.
You heard it here
I think
first.
it's Brian.
Baby metal.
Brian loves baby metal.
It's
If
a
you're
secret.
playing
That's
baby
the
metal,
obvious-
Listen, I
That's
mean,
the obvious
it's
answer.
music.
2023 had to be the revealing year, and it is the year that
I'm gonna have to
Brian says
ignore
the
that there's a
next
knife in front of me.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, dude. There's lots of weapons, bottles.
Yeah. Bottles, bullets, all kinds of artifacts here.
Nice.
Knives.
Definitely may have to pour some water
Gentlemen,
on you. That's something.
A blast hanging with you guys.
Absolutely. Cheers.
If you guys want to know more about beer and metal, follow these guys, BeerAlien.com, MetalLife.com, SDMetal.com, and give us a follow too. We'll try to do these a little more often, right? A little more
absolutely,
beer pairing,
absolutely.
beer tasting, what have you.
I'm down.
And thank you guys for having us here. For Israel, Vince, Brian,
Yourself again.
myself again, Terry, Ray. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Stay brutal.